but hopefully not least, my name is Carly Mankus, and I represent Franklin and Marshall. I graduated from F&M myself as a student, so full disclosure, I'm very biased for my own college, and I've been working there for about 6 years now. F&M, as we call it, is located, as you can see, in a very green area. Lancaster, Pennsylvania is a city of about 55,000 people, so we would consider that fairly medium. And we're outside of Philadelphia and about 3 hours from New York City, which are those major metropolis areas that you may fly in and out of the international airports for, or you can go to for entertainment. But where you'll come back to, where your college home will be, is a cleaner, greener, safer environment than if you were in a more downtown area. And for some students, that's an important consideration. For some students, they prefer to be in a much larger city. And so that's a bit of our culture there, is being a little bit more rural. Across the street from our campus is one of our students' favorite restaurants. It's actually attached to one of the dormitories and serves several different kinds of popular Asian foods. It serves Thai, Chinese, and Vietnamese food. And there's another restaurant we go to a lot that's about a 5-minute walk from campus. It's a very international place, as I'll explain. First, a little bit about our academics. I've listed just a few of our most popular or unique majors. We're undergraduate only, and you can do research in any program that we offer. We have 43 different majors, but business, biology, psychology, also political science or government are our largest, most popular programs, along with economics, often in the top 5. Animal behavior, geology, and the philosophical studies of the mind are some of the most unique programs that we offer. And students seek out F&M for a very specific specialization in those areas. But I'll be able to give you information after our chat about all the programs that we offer. The college, interesting trivia fact, is older than the statehood of Pennsylvania. And so for our country, that's a really, really old institution. And so there's a lot of history and tradition tied up in F&M because one of the founders of the college was one of the founding fathers of the United States. And so that mission, Ben Franklin, who we're named for, if you know a little bit about him, does tie in the fact that he himself was a bit of a man of the liberal arts. He was an inventor, he was a printer, he dabbled in map making and science experiments, very amateurish, with electricity, if you've heard of his experiment with the kite and the key up in a lightning storm. Not highly recommended. But the approach to the liberal arts that we take involves encouraging students to take a grant, if applicable, up to $500,000 a year in funded research in any department. And so I know that when I was 17 and I was looking at colleges, I wouldn't have necessarily considered a liberal arts college at first and thought of research if I was interested in literature or humanities studies, because I thought research was something that you did with telescopes or microscopes or if you were going into medicine. But it's actually very, very relevant. For example, one of our students in anthropology, to do research before they graduate, 2/3 of the students are going on to higher ed, and so this is a very relevant pursuit for them. This individual in anthropology did research about the effect of social media on one's developing sense of self. And this tied in a little bit of child development, a little bit of sociology, a little bit of anthropology, and where she carried out her research made it even more interesting. So this wasn't just conducted in the United States. She combined her research with a grant from us to go to South Africa to a very, very remote area that did not have mainline technologies and luxuries. It didn't even have indoor potable drinking water in every home. The village had a shared well about 300 yards away. But what the folks that lived there did have was technological luxury items like the same iPhone that I have. And this metaphorical window to the world was showing them something like Instagram with a very glamorous picture, a set of carefully curated images that don't always represent reality. And the questions that this young woman asked for her research project revolved around, how does your sense of self